Maybe a little too much from Holster on that one. Point blank with some heat on it, wasn't it? Yeah. Beckman just couldn't hang on. So it'll be Bulldog basketball. Man-to-man pressure by Wetmore. Gatlin near the timeline. Now sprints to a double team toward the lane, gets it off to Grant Cook. Baseline jumper, perfect. Nice shot from the big man. Sure from the baseline. The first points for the 6'3 senior, and now it's 19-17. Bulldogs back within 2. And there's Cook on the defensive end. So he makes the bucket. Then the takeaway. Bulldogs have it back, and it'll be brought up by McGatlin. 19-17 here in the first half. 2:19 to work. Cook to the lane for Smith. Takes it up inside. Rims off. Rebound to Trey Craig. Up the floor comes to Osler. To the lane. All the way to the paint. Foul call. Chance at a 3-point play for Jeremy Holsler. He'll step to the line here for one free throw. The Bulldogs had a great look in the offensive end that would have tied it flip, and then the run out had numbers and ended up with a chance here at the strike. With the bucket on top. Grant Cook will pick up his second. You're right. They had a couple of good looks and could have got this thing tied and just could not finish. Holsler trying to finish a 3-point play, and he does. So he has 7 points. Andy Henry with 12. And then the 1 3-pointer from Smith for Wetmore. They're scoring 22-17, down by 5. Here's McGatlin. He's bumped by Smith from behind, and it'll be Lynn's basketball out of bounds. Luke Smith just coming a little too hard on that one. And McGatlin was smart. He kind of felt a little charge coming at him as a defender. He just stopped in his tracks and made the contact happen and drew the foul. 15 foul. Here's Bott out top. Evan backs it out. Just under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Linn is trailing 22-17 with the basketball. McGatlin left on the wing to Smith. Looking out top, they get it to Gross now. Chad looks inside, turns and spins. Left wing it comes to Bott. He has the dribble against Smith. Now tried to hit Cook curling out to the point, and it was thrown too high. Cook started to go toward the lane, and a turnover back to Wetmore. Maybe a touch of miscommunication. A little bit. Between the two. They're working it out right now. They were talking all the way down the court, weren't they? Holsler has it to Hodge. Now back to Holsler. Hodge again. Right wing is Smith. Now the Holsler who runs that baseline. A point guard prototype player, but he really runs the baseline offensively. Here's Smith, another 3. This one just rimming out. And the rebound is kicked out of bounds to Linn. Bulldogs trail by 5, but has the basketball back. Minute 14 to go here in the second period. Evan Bott to the sideline for Cook. Up the floor it comes now. McGatlin left wing, stops. Now defender chases him. He'll go to the baseline, pulls up from 15 feet away. It's Strong. Weak side board, go to Smith. Now Lowett comes inside, and it's going to be off of Grant Cook. And I think it's the right call, because I saw Cook's reaction. He was going the other way. I did, too. I thought, like you, it was off of Wetmore, but they must have stripped it. No, Cook never even glanced. He just grimaced and took off running the other way, so he must have caught it. He knew he had 2 points if he'd have made that catch. Pass inside the lane. They're trying to go at Cook with the 2 fouls, and it's thrown away. Bulldogs get it back. Andrew Meyer into the game for the first time for Linn as they will give Evan Bott a breather. The 5'7" sophomore Meyer will inbound and nearly taken away by Henry. Now it is taken up into Hodge. Inside, third block shot for Chad Gross. Rebound, though, to Henry, and he puts it up and in. He has 14. 14 of their 24. Now Wetmore has their biggest lead at 7 points. Meyer in the backcourt, off to Gross. Chad Gross has a double team, fires it up the floor to McGatlin. Now left side, Grant Cook hit it last time from there. Strong on this shot. Rebound, though, to Colton Smith. Now to Andrew Meyer. There is 22 seconds left to work in the second period. Linn down by 7 with basketball. McGatlin left wing. Here's Smith looking high post. Cook turns, squares, shoots it short. Gross, big board, back up and can't get it. Now the rebound comes away to McGatlin. The 16 foul, so still no free throws in the bonus, but it will be Lynn's basketball, still with 4.2 to work. Linn with about 6 good looks and just could not hit it. Hey, great look, you're right. But if they could close the quarter as they did the first with a bucket, it would cut this 7-point lead down. In the corner right, McGatlin for 3. Yes, his third of the first half. Not only cuts into it, but by 3 points as the first half buzzer sound. but Gatlin's third three-pointer makes it 24-20. Bulldogs trail as we head to halftime. You're listening to Twin Valley coverage on KCLY.
Farming has inherent risk. Will your investments pay off this year? The answer depends on many factors. Some you can control and others you cannot. That's where we come in. I'm Dave Savage with Blue Valley Insurance, and our agents can help you find the right insurance to protect your farming operation against a loss affecting your crops, livestock, equipment, and property. With 4 locations in Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville, Blue Valley Insurance can help manage your risks so your farm will prosper into the future.
Kramer Oil is offering fuel contracts for 2015, so you can lock in a price between March and November for gas and diesel. You have the option to prepay the entire amount or pay 30 cents per gallon to hold the contract. The result, easier budgeting, potential cost savings, and guaranteed supply of diesel fuel and gasoline to your farm or business. Kramer Oil delivers reliable service at competitive prices. Contact them at 785-562-2466 or online at kramer.com.
Wall's true value is overstocked on dishwashers, washers and dryers, refrigerators, and more. Stop in and pick out your next supplies, whether it is scratch and dent, new or used. Wall's services what they sell. Installation and delivery is available. We have a huge selection, price to move. Slide into Wall's True Value, 423 Lincoln Avenue in beautiful downtown Clay Center. Open 7 days a week for you.
If you use propane, count on the trained, certified professionals at Propane Central to deliver comfort and confidence with old-fashioned customer service. Get more for your propane dollar with a free gas system check, flexible payment and delivery options, 24/7 accessibility, and more. Call Propane Central in Randolph at 293-5872 to get the best value in propane.
Propane Central, leader, innovator, and friend.
The Wetmore Cardinals lead the Linn Bulldogs at half. They actually led the Bulldogs by as many as 6 3 different times in the opening quarter, and Bulldogs got a late second bucket from Dylan Cooper to make it a 4-point game at the end of 1, and then they were down by as many as 7, including the last 10 seconds of the second quarter when Chase McCatlin knocked in the 3 on the right baseline, and now it's a 4-point game once again, 24-20. Yeah, and a couple of things on Linn. You know, their passing, first of all, has not been probably what Coach Jeremy Miller wants to see. Not a lot of fire behind those passes. Yeah. A lot of, I hate to call them lazy passes, but soft anyway. Soft, yeah, it's kind of what they are. It's how they started out. And then the shots, they're getting the looks they want, and the shots up, they're just not able to finish. And I mean, they had on one end, I know they had at least 4 to 5, or at least 4 tries. And good look, great looks, yeah. and just can't get them to fall. So Lynn's got to figure out a way to get those shots to fall, and they'll be right in this game, and they still are, at 24-20, even with not getting those shots. Probably would be leading if they were making, I think, bigger percentage of their shots. Pretty comfortable lead if they'd be hitting a percentage of them. 24-20 here at the half. The Wetmore Cardinals lead the Linn Bulldogs. We'll take a look at some scoring leaders here in just a little bit. Let's look a little bit ahead also to what's to come tonight on KCLY here from the TVL. It's the boys' semifinals following this consolation game, and it's both the consolation semis and the championship semis, and there are some great matchups and great teams in both gyms. Well, let's just start with the consolation. I mean, you've got Frankfort and Troy. Troy, I really felt like we could have probably went either way from the consolation into the semis. They're a pretty good team. Frankfort struggled a little bit in that Hanover game, but who doesn't? So they were able to knock off Axel, an 8th seed. So Frankfort will take on Troy in the first game, and then the second one. These are 2 teams that have been state ranked in the year. Yeah, it's Centralia and Valley Heights, and Centralia with a 2 seed. They're undefeated on the year. The only reason they were a 2 seed is because they lost the coin toss to Hanover, and they're knocked off by Onaga, who now is sitting ready to play in the semis. And then the Valley Heights boys, who handled Wetmore pretty well, but ran into a tough Washington County team that you and I had a chance to see on Monday night. That Washington County team is pretty darn good, and Valley Heights, I think, a little bit shaky with illness. They were missing a couple of players. Saturday, they missed some guys. Yeah, I don't think they were 100% maybe on Monday night, but still, Washington County played very well. So you've got Centralia Valley Heights in that second game. That's normally a matchup we're used to seeing in this main gym. In fact, they met earlier this year in a game that went to overtime. That's right. Centralia won by 1. I think it was 46-45, the final of the game. So that should be a dandy. And then the two championship games here, the Hanover Wildcats will play in the opening game. They're the defending TVL champs, number 1 seeded, undefeated, and they are dynamite. Onaga is going to have a rocking crowd here, though, at home. And they pulled off the upset of Centralia, and a lot of the other teams are probably going to be rooting for an upset as well. Well, they will, and Onaga will have that late game. Doniphan West gets a chance to take on, Doniphan West against Hanover. Yeah, to take on Hanover. We watched Hanover on Monday night in here against Frankfort and Hanover. I told several people last night I felt like the second 5 that Hanover brings in off the bench could probably compete and beat most teams in this tournament. That bench runs deep, and it's different looks. The two big men got in trouble on Monday, had to go to a different lineup and kind of a different, but it really doesn't faze them. They just go with what they have, and they will run you to death. They put up a lot of points, a lot of numbers, but their defense is phenomenal, solid, up and down the lineup, as you said, and they don't lose anything as they make those changes. Coach Kim Losey got his 400th win in that ball game in his career on Monday evening. So, yeah, Hanover and Doniphan West, and the second game of the night, certainly going to be a fun one to watch as well. Yeah, I think that's an interesting matchup. Onaga comes in a 7th seed. Now, they were 5-3 coming into this tournament with 3 pretty tough losses, but they beat Linn. Linn played them pretty well, but they did beat them. And then we didn't see any of the Centralia game, but they led pretty much the entire way. And every score we heard, they were leading. Yeah, and won it, pretty handily. So Onaga advances. Washington County, I was impressed with Washington County, the 2 post players for Washington County Penning, and I can't think of it. Otad. Boy, they're 2 of the best, and the guard play from Washington County as well. And we saw them go to state last year and really gave St. John a battle, and that's one of the top teams really across the board in any class. So I think they had something in their minds coming back this year that they were going to do some big things, and they are right now. Yeah, I think so. And that matchup with Onaga is interesting because I think they're 2 evenly matched teams. Washington County at 9-1, but again, this is on Onaga's home court. They just knocked off Centralia, who was undefeated. So, Coach Lyle Thompson is going to have his team ready. And you're right, this gym is probably going to be loud. Yeah, I would imagine. And Washington County will bring theirs too. They will. This will be a fun matchup. You are listening to TVL coverage on KCLY, brought to you by Blue Valley Insurance of Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville. Kramer Oil, Walls True Value and Lumber of Clay Center, Landau Lanes of Marysville, Propane Central of Randolph, by Steve Z's Abilene Car Sales, and Alexander Pump and Service of St. Mary's. Stay with us. We'll come back and look at the scoring leaders. We're about ready for the second half on the way.
Landau Lanes is a great spot for bowling, and on Tuesdays, it's even better. Meet your friends for 2 for Tuesdays and take advantage of the $2 specials. Starting at 7 p.m., bowling and shoes are only $2. Margaritas on the rocks are $2. It goes well with tacos, also 2 for $2. Plus, get chips and salsa for $2. Knock down a few pins and get the details about bowling for dollars at Landau Lanes in Marysville. The $2 specials start after 7 p.m. every Tuesday, and so does the fun. Are you looking for a car dealership that's reliable, trustworthy, and down to earth? Look no further than Steve Z's Abilene Car Sales. They want to make your car buying fun without any pressure. Stop by and look around the lot for every make and model, year, style, color, and price. You'll find late model trucks and SUVs, all very nice, very clean, very dependable, and very affordable. Check them out at AbileneCarSales.com and see if something jumps out at you. Or come on by Steve Z's Abilene Car Sales on West 3rd, Abilene.
Central Valley Ag wants to help you get the most out of your irrigation investment with Aqua Systems Water Management. Ag Information Manager Trevor Smith tells us it starts with a moisture probe buried in your field.
It's a 48-inch PVC pipe that has sensors every 4 inches that read the soil moisture.
No more over or under watering. Talk to your CVA field sales agronomist for details.
Central Valley Ag, where the customer comes first.
Back once again in Onaga, halftime about to wrap up. The 2 teams heading out to the floor. Here's your scoring leaders in the first half. Andy Henry for Wetmore, 14 points. He had 9 of those in the opening quarter, 7 from Jeremy Hosler, and a 3-pointer knocked in from Newt Smith. For the Linn Bulldogs, it's 9 points from Chase McGadlin, 3 3-pointers, including one right before the buzzer to end the first half. They get 5 from Chad Gross, including 3 blocked shots he's had in this ball game, and a thundering dunk that brought people's attention to the court. He has 5. 4 points from Dylan Cooper, and a 2-point shot knocked in from Grant Cook. It's 24-20. Bulldogs trailing here at the half against the Wetmore Cardinals as they get set to break huddle and head back out on the floor for this second half of play. Bulldogs down 24-20. Wetmore's been on the floor for those last, 30 seconds probably, just waiting for the Bulldogs to get back out and join it.
Waiting around.
And we are about ready to go. Second half is here. Bulldogs will have the basketball. Big finish to the first half was they were able to knock down that 3 by McGatlin to cut it down to 4. Now they have the basketball to start. Chad Gross, high defender behind the back, now gives it off outside to McGatlin. Right wing it comes for Colton Smith. And low Gross catches in traffic, turns, and brings it back outside to Evan Bott. Now he'll give it out between the circles at the point. McGatlin, left side wing, they swing it around now to Smith. High post is Cook, lob down low. Here's Gross, bunks, bucket good, chance at a 3-point play.
Well, that's a good start for Linn, and that's a good-looking play.
Great pass from Grant Cook, who caught up the high post. And that lob pass, you think, is going to be an easy one to someone like Chad Gross, but he still got to time it right, and he got it over the defender, and then Gross did the rest.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Chance at an old-fashioned 3, and Chad Gross buries the free throw. So he now has 8 points in the game, and the lead is down to 1. It was as big as 7 points for Wetmore in that second quarter. Left wing is Beckman. He looks to Holschler in the corner. He's looking to go inside, not there. Now back outside Beckman. They swing it around to Lane Hodge. Just underway in this second half, Chad Gross already with a 3-point play. He was fouled by Andy Kennedy down low. Now left is Beckman. Looks inside the paint, not there. Now in the corner to Holschler. They go inside, and it's going to be up and almost in for Andy Hendry. He has done a great job inside the paint. Missed one, went back up, and Chad Gross his 4th block shot.
That's a nice block by Chad Gross.
4 blocks in the game. Yeah, he's averaging over 2 blocks a game on the season, and now the ball's kicked out top by Wetmore. Bulldogs have possession, chance to take the lead back here for the first time in the second half.
Good start to the second half for Linn. They've gotten themselves right back into it with a chance to take the lead right here.
24-23. Just under 7 minutes to go, third quarter. Goes into the backcourt to Chad Gross. He'll give it off right now to McGatlin, who had the 3 3-pointers in the first half. Bott outside to the post for Cook. Caught in the lane to trap, gets it outside. Now it's Bott. Top of the key, it's given off to Colton Smith. Ball fakes it. Now dribble penetrates. Kick out left. Bott for 3 in the lead. Just strong. Rebound comes away to Andy Henry. Holschler in transition. Hangs in the air. Drops it down low. The 5th shot block of the game for Chad Gross. And now the Bulldogs have 5-on-4 numbers. Henry was late getting down the court. Now he joins his team on defense. Bulldogs, though, with the basketball, and a chance once more to take the lead. Gross wants the 3 in the corner, and it's just strong. Rebound, though, yanked down by Colton Smith, and the Bulldogs keep the basketball down by 1.
Colton Smith, all of 5'10", going up big for that board.
He ripped it down. Here's Smith looking inside. Grant Cook trying to post. He gives it off to Cook now at the high post with a 3-second violation. Cook caught in the lane there. 24-23. Wetmore has the basketball back. Bulldogs down by just 1.
Grant Cook has got some outstanding facial expression. He does when he makes a mistake.
And now we've got a timeout by Wetmore. 24-23, timeout on the court. You're listening to TVL action on KCLY.
Alexander Pump and Service Incorporated of St. Mary's can repair and replace all brands of irrigation pumps. They have a full line of line shaft and submersible pumps, but their services don't stop there. They also repair and reline wells, acidize wells to restore production, and inspect well casings using a downhole camera with video recording. Alexander Pump and Services does work in the Republican Valley as well as in many towns in the KCLY listening area. Call 785-437-6305 for help with your irrigation well pumps.
More and more people are making the switch to Ford, and here's why. The EcoBoost fuel economy, advanced technology, and amazing features like the foot-activated liftgate. Hanson Ford invites you to the Switch sales event going on now. On the lot, you'll find a Ford that fits your lifestyle. Choose from a 2014 Ford Edge and F-150, or the 2015 Ford Fusion, Ford Explorer, and Super Duty. Hurry in and make the switch to a new Ford at Hanson Ford in Clay Center.
24-23 ball game. The Linn Bulldogs down by 1, but they were down by as many as 7 in the second quarter, down 4 at halftime, and a 3-point play to start from Chad Gross has them within 1, Flip.
Well, a great start to the second half for Linn. This is what you want. You want to get your team back out and into it because Wetmore can strike quick, too, like they did at the start of the game. Outside is Holschler. He'll swing it right to Beckman. Morris trying to post in low. He's got Gross right around him. They go to the opposite side, and Grant Cook trying to keep it away from Andy Henry. He's going to pick up his third foul. Well, you can't go over and through a player at the same time, which is what Grant Cook just tried to do.
Yeah, and they need him on the court.
They do.
So decision here, they have to bring Dylan Cooper in, the freshman who's played awfully well, but he has 3 fouls also. Outside is Henry. Out at the top, they swing it to Beckman. Now back left to Hodge. Hodge back across, around to the baseline right, Holschler. Outside to Beckman, now around left Hodge again. To the post is Henry, double team, takes it into Cook. Good job there just to hold his ground. Shot blocked again by Gross. That is the 6th of the game. Blocked it and got the rebound. 6 blocked shots for Chad Gross. And like Flip said, not only got the block, he didn't swat it, he just blocked it and then brought down the deflection. So the Bulldogs again a chance to take the lead with 4:55 to go. There's a drive from Bott. Off glass, no. Tip in. Up and good by Grant Cook. He has 4. And the big guy goes up and tips it off the glass to give the Bulldogs a 1-point lead.
They need to get Grant Cook out of there. Wetmore is going right at him right now, trying to get him his 4th foul.
Henry is pretty good inside the lane. Now Holschler for 3 out top, and he drains it.
That's
his first 3-pointer, yeah. First one of the game, though. Puts it 27-25. Wetmore on top by 2. And the pressure of Wetmore's dropped back from what it was. It's almost more of a straight half-court man-to-man. McGatlin goes up top, and it's taken away by Beckman. To Holschler inside the lane. 7 blocked shots now for Chad Gross. And Holschler looks to the sideline as if to say, what just happened there?
He didn't even see it coming. I tell you what, Chad Gross got back down the court so fast. That is block number 7, and a foul is called on Wetmore in the retreat for that basketball. That was amazing.
Oh, he closed so quickly and then just flew up to nearly pinned it on the backboard on the block. Chad Gross has 7 blocked shots in this game. That's over 2 per game. Average going up.
Yeah, way up.
Gross handles in the backcourt, now brings it across to Evan Bott. Free throw line stops. Kicks it out deep to Smith. Now back to Gross, who will call the play from the point. Starts to dribble attack, now crosses over. Bounce pass in low. Cooper has it stripped, gets it back. Now spins in the lane, and it's taken away by Henry. Down court comes Holschler. Behind the back, between the legs, backs and goes right across now to Hodge. Into the paint for Morris. A foul called and a bucket good, and a chance at a 3-point play for Austin Morris. The 5'10" senior's first bucket of the game.
They get Bott on that? I think they did. Evan Bott will do that foul's on.
Just trying to keep him out of the paint. Yeah. Morris big, they're able to muscle his way in.
Bott a little bit out of position.
His second foul. Free throw misses. Rebound to Cooper. 2 defenders around him. He gets it off to Chad Gross.
Well, a lot of contact in this game.
So the Bulldogs have taken a 1-point lead, and now a response coming from Wetmore. They lead it by 4. And McGatlin gets in the lane. Again, a bump. He got caught in the air and comes back down and calls for traveling.
I think indecisive is the word I'm looking for with the passes. They know what they want to do, but they're just about a half a second too late in making that decision. They just need to make that decision and go with it and put a little something on those passes.
4, and I agree completely. The other side of that would be if you're going to not pass it, make a committed fake.
There you go.
Of the pass.
There you go.
He'll make a pass to make a pass. We're doing a lot of wonders against this Wetmore team. 29-25. Holschler thought about a 3, doesn't. Newt Smith will in the left wing. It's short, and it's rebounded on the bounce by Colton Smith. So the Bulldogs have it. 3:15 to work here in the third quarter. They trail by 4. McGatlin right side to the baseline. Still has his dribble against Holschler. Now brings it out top. 5 counters on. He breaks that count. But down to Dylan Cooper it was. Holschler was pressing on him. And now Cooper in the lane is going to be up at the free throw stripe, I believe. They called this foul. I think they did call it on the shot. And nope, they found the floor. So to the baseline for the Bulldogs. The foul was called against Newt Smith, his second, the team's third for Wetmore. 29-25, and it comes to Chad Gross. Bulldogs have also brought Grant Cook back in with those 3 fouls. So they've gone big here. Cook, Cooper, and Gross all on the floor. Right wing is McGatlin, and then also Colton Smith out there. Cook, baseline, wing left, Cooper, bucket no. Rebound comes off to Trey Craig. Outlet pass, Holschler up the court. 29-25. Left baseline, it's going to be Beckman for three, and he buries it. His first bucket of the game. And the 5'6" junior makes it a 7-point lead that is going to match the biggest lead in this contest. McGatlin across the timeline. Left baseline with it. Fires it out near the top for Colton Smith, and he'll back up three ball to answer, and Colton Smith drills it on the left wing. His first point as well, and it's 32-28. 2:15 to work. That's the fourth three-pointer hit in this game for Linn. The first that wasn't from the hands of Chase McGatlin. Smith out top. Brings it out with a dribble, wants help, and gives it off to Beckman. 2:05 to go, third period. 32-28. Bulldogs down by 4 and on defense. Holster working the high post. Baseline right for Smith. They lob it low, and Grant Cook almost came up with the steal. He almost got enough out of control to pick up his fourth foul, too, but he avoided it.
Pretty close. I think Dylan Cooper had a hand on that first, but Grant Cook did a good job just avoiding picking up that fourth foul.
It does stay with Wetmore on the baseline. Again, they lead it by 4. Wing right, Holsler. They'll hold, skip it left across to Beckman, back outside to Smith. Now to Holsler, who looks in low. Will dribble penetrate. Ball fakes it. Out top, Smith couldn't get a three away. To the wing left, it comes to Beckman. Back to Smith. Now right side wing. Holsler steps into a three. It is strong. Weak side board. Cook big with it. Brought it down. Then it's tipped out of bounds. It's off of Wetmore, and it will be Linn's basketball. So Cook got the board, was off balance, had to get rid of it. Wetmore almost stole it away, but knocked it out of bounds. So Linn with it, 32-28. Bulldogs with the basketball and down by 4. Into the backcourt it goes to Gross. Across left now to McGatlin, still in the backcourt. He'll pass it across to Grant Cook, deep left wing. Good pass inside. Cooper, foul, and get the roll. Man, he will get to the free throw stripe to shoot 2.
That thing hung on the rim forever.
6'1" freshman got it up off the rim through a lot of contact. But as you say, it just hung there and finally fell off.
I like this kid for Linn, Dylan Cooper. We're going to have a lot of fun watching him the next few years.
Stripe here for 2, and the first one's good.
6'1" freshman for the Bulldogs.
5 points in the game for the freshman. 32-29. Luke Smith picked up his third foul for Wetmore, and he comes out. At the line, Dylan Cooper made the first. He makes them both. So the Bulldogs right back within 2 now at 32-30. Cooper has 6 in the game. He'll come out. Full court pressure now by the Bulldogs. Little 2-2-1 full court press. Up the left sideline, it comes across the timeline. In the front court, and Grant Cook just bats the pass from Hodge out of bounds and into the scorer's table. Almost could have reached up and caught it. He had such a block on it, but he bats it out of bounds.
Good defense by the Bulldogs that time.
Here's Holsler across the timeline to Beckman. 1:12 to work, third quarter. Holsler inside the lane. Andy Henry, great up and under move as he got the head and shoulder fake. His first points in the second half. He has 16 in the game. 1 minute left. Across the timeline, McGatlin. Left wing and deep for Chad Gross. He'll ball fake it and drive it all the way to the lane. Off glass and good. Chad Gross now has 10. And the defense just parted for him that time.
Yes, they did.
34-32. That should be Linn with the lead or the tie. We'll sort that out.
Yeah,
the scoreboard still says the Bulldogs are trailing by 2 after the Gross bucket. We'll be back with more TVO coverage on KCOY.
How will your wheat crop make it through this winter? It's up to you to give it the best fighting chance and a jump on the spring growing season with a fall fertilizing application. Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales is ready with stabilized in 2 forms, field and site-specific variable rate technology, and custom application. With the experience of field specialists Brent, Allen, Darren, Kent, or Mike Green, they clearly understand the problems customers face. You can count on Wilbur Ellis and Reed Seed Sales.
Scoreboard is correct. 34-32. Wetmore does lead it by 2, but a big drive by Chad Gross. Ball faked it left side and took off on the dribble and had a wide-open lay-in. 44 seconds to work, third quarter. 2-point Wetmore lead. Out top is Holsler. As the Bulldogs have gone back to their 1-3-1 defense, they started the game in this, and Holsler kind of found Andy Henry with some early buckets out of this defense. Henry, though, now out on the wing, and Holsler playing the post. Beckman goes wing right to Henry. Henry with it, now back to Beckman. Wetmore's pretty content just to throw it around right now. 13 seconds left to go to Trey Craig in the post. Out to Holsler. Ball fakes and drive. Now hesitation move, gets to the paint for the shot off the glass, and it's a 4-point lead by Wetmore. 2 seconds left. Down to Grant Cook in the paint. Ball loose, and at the buzzer, it's taken away by Wetmore. We're headed to the fourth. Bulldogs, who have trailed by 4 points in every quarter, they trail now by 4 going to the final period here at Onaga. When we come back.
The Twin Valley Color Race is back. Join us on March 21st for Clay Center's second annual Color Race, a fun and crazy 5K where participants are covered head to toe in color at each kilometer. Walk or run, it's all for fun. All proceeds benefit CARE, the animal shelter being built in Clay Center. In the spirit of care, your dog can participate too. To register, volunteer to help, and more, visit twinvalley.net/color. We hope to see you and your friends on March 21st at the Color Race.
Even with today's social media, the best way to find the wide variety of news from around the Frankfort area is, of course, the Frankfort Area News. In their weekly publication, they cover all the Frankfort Wildcat sports events, births, weddings, community activities, and news events from around the area, whether it's good news or not so good news. The Frankfort Area News keeps all its readers in touch, whether they live near the Frankfort area or many miles away. The #1 fan of the Frankfort Wildcats is the Frankfort Area News.
36-32 ball game. We're headed to the final 8 minutes here, Flip, and it's been a good one. 4-point ball game at the end of every quarter so far. Yeah, it's been good. Linn's hanging around. They keep looking like they're going to take control of the game, and they, again, just can't quite get finished on those shots. Andrew Henry in the corner for Wetmore, and the Bulldogs double-teaming in a trap. Now it's the Holsler. He'll go down low, gets it off to Hodge in the lane. He misses badly, but it's because he was fouled by Colton Smith. And so it'll be free throw attempts coming for Wetmore. Neither team in the bonus. This will be a 2-shot foul, 2 whistles against, actually now 3 whistles against the Bulldogs, and 4 fouls have been called against Wetmore in this half. At the free throw stripe, Lane Hodge makes it a 5-point game as he knocks down the first charity. His first points of the night. 5'10" senior misses on the second when Grant Cook clears it away from 2 Cardinal defenders. 37-32, Bulldogs with the basketball. Chad Gross brings it across the timeline. Right wing and deep McGatlin. Out top is Cook, looking low. Gross trying to post it. Now they lob it in. Let him go up and catch it. He'll turn, spin, and it will drop in there. Chad Gross has 12. That ball hit about every piece of the rim it could before it fell in. Yes, it did. Holsler brings it across. Right sideline. Now Holsler drives to the lane. Little flip up off the glass. Kicks it in. Holsler now with the big second half. He has 7 in the second half. 14 in the game. 39-34. Bulldogs trail by 5 with the basketball. To the post is Cooper. Dylan Cooper takes it strong. He drops it in. The freshman has 8. Wow. 39-36, and that was with the defender hanging on it. Freshman's coming up big. 2-3 zone for the Bulldogs. Hodge right to Holsler out top. Now left wing. Beckman wants the 3. His second three-pointer of this half. All 6 of his points coming on the three-point shot.
But you can't allow anybody from Wetmore just to stand out there. All 5 will take it out to get a chance.
And they like to shoot it.
They do.
They try to bunch. And they hit a few. Bulldogs have as well. Here's McGatlin. He's going to be called for traveling. Caught and shuffled those feet trying to get going. 42-36. Bulldogs now down by 6 points. So it will be Wetmore with possession. Bulldogs down 6. Long way to go in this fourth quarter. Beckman to the right side. It goes across from Henry. Now left to Hodge. Back out top to the baseline Henry. Now it's Beckman to Henry. And Beckman hit the 3 last time. His second in a row. And he has 3 trays in the game. And it's a 9-point lead for Wetmore. Back the other way. Bulldogs. Chad Gross works it at the point. Lefty goes to Smith. Back outside McGatlin. Left baseline. Trying to get a shot away. Can't. Now a little runner from the baseline. Short, but there's Gross to stick it back up and good. And Chad Gross has 14 now in the contest. time these two teams met, Flip, it was Wetmore 54-24. And the Bulldogs certainly not letting any of that happen.
No, not today. Near steal now by Linn.
And Smith almost got out there and took it away. Beckman has it deep right to Hodge. It's a 7-point ball game. Henry to the block. It goes to Morris. Back to Henry. Now to Holschler. He'll fake the three. Morris wants it inside. Gets it. Is fouled. It'll be 2 free throws coming for Austin Morris. You could hear Morris. I could even hear him through the headset yelling at Holschler that he wanted the basketball. He's wide open, and he finally found him. And then Grant Cook got over there to stop the shot, but he picks up his 4th foul. 2 free throws for Wetmore. And the first one is good for Austin Morris, who is now just 1 of 4 at the line. But he took the lead back out to 8 points. Second free throw up, and this one's strong. Rebound to Chad Gross. 46-38. Gross will bring it up himself. We've got Henry on him. Works it right, hands it off to McGatlin. At the top of the key is Grant Cook. Cook works right, looks in low. Now he gets it to Gross. Turnaround jumper, 10 feet away, and Chad Gross feeling it. He's got 16. The lead is 6 for Wetmore, and they have the basketball. There is still 4:50 left to go in this game. Here's Beckman. Left it deep to Henry. They'll keep the dribble. Now to the high post they go to Holschler. On the baseline right, Hodge. Beckman hit 3 threes. He wants to shoot another one, and Chad Gross is not letting him get it away. Now Henry from the left wing for 3. No. Rebound inside. Morris can't get it. And another shot block. It's going to be a foul on Grant Cook. That'll be his 5th. Good battle inside. Morris able to go up with contact and get the offensive board. Cook went up to stop the shot and called for his 5th foul. So he'll have to come out. Evan Bott is in, and Wetmore back at the free throw strike. Andy Henry to shoot 2. The first one rims off. He has 16 points in the game. It's 46-40. Linn Bulldogs trailing the Wetmore Cardinals. 4:23 left to go, 4th period. Henry makes the second. He has 15, or check that, 17 in the game. Left sideline is Chad Gross. Back to McGatlin, almost not expecting it, but able to make the catch and keep possession. Right side wing is Evan Bott. Looks low for Cooper, not there. Now outside to Smith with the point. Smith has it taken away for a moment. Now gets it back. Goes left baseline. McGatlin looking low. He'll ball fake it. Drive. Gets inside. Lots of contact.
Wow.
2 players go to the floor. No foul is called. And at the other end, the ball is going to be out of bounds away from off of Linn and staying with Wetmore. Jason McGatlin a little slow to get up a bit. Now comes and joins the crew on the other end and appears to be okay.
Yeah, he's up under his own power. He just banged that kneecap hard.
And with the bigger Austin Morris who was defending. Shot blocked for Chad Gross, his 8th of the game. Here's McGatlin. He'll take it to the paint. Bucket good. McGatlin with the bucket. He's got 11 now, and the lead's down to 5. And how about 8 blocked shots for Chad Gross tonight?
And how about Chad Gross with his head against the rim in case that shot missed?
He was ready to follow. And now a travel on Horschler, and this will be Linn's basketball. Yeah, he did not give up on whether McGatlin would make that lay-in. He was going to follow it in with a flush, and McGatlin able to knock it in. Now we've got a timeout taken by Wetmore. 47-42. Bulldogs down 5. They'll have the basketball when we come back.
Fuel is burning, pistons are pumping, wheels are rolling. Things are happening the moment you fire up that engine. Every part under the hood is hard at work, notwithstanding extreme heat, pressure, and greater demands on the road. A few thousand miles down the line, some car parts just can't help but snap, choke, leak, and rust. And when that time comes, you can always replace them at M&R Auto Parts. From alternators and exhaust pipes to hydraulic hoses and taillights, you'll find all the car and truck parts you need at M&R Auto Parts in Frankfort.
Marysville Livestock encourages the Twin Valley League fans to come out and support their favorite teams during the TVL tournament. Marysville Livestock serves the area ranchers by holding their weekly livestock auction every Thursday beginning at 11 a.m. When your cattle are ready to sell, call the barn with your consignments at 562-1015. That number again for Marysville Livestock is 562-1015. In the meantime, they'll see you at the Twin Valley League tournament.
47-42. There is 3 2:36 left to go in the game, and the Bulldogs have the basketball back, but they still have a real good chance here.
Well, it's a pretty good game. We talked on the way up. We thought this might be a pretty good game. That was before I knew what the score was on the previous meeting, but I think Linn's played pretty well. Linn played pretty well against Onaga. Wetmore's about 2 guys short of being a really, really good team. So it's been a good battle. It has been. Chad Gross, who leads the Bulldogs in scoring with 16, brings it across and gives it off now to Evan Bott. Right side wing, McGatlin, three-pointer on its way. He banks in his 4th three of the night. He has 14 points. He called it, so that counts. Well, he backed up the earlier bank with the second one, so he has to be. He yells glass. Calling glass, right? 47-45. It's back to a 2-point ball game. Chase McGatlin's hit 4 trays tonight. 2 of those banked in. It's 47-45 with 3 minutes to go here in the 4th. Right side wing is Henry across left to Beckman, and now it's going to be another timeout taken by Wetmore. 2-point ball game. 2:56 remains here in Onaga in the TVL matchup between Linn and Wetmore. We'll be back after this.
At Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy, the pharmacists are committed to making sure you understand the instructions that allow your prescriptions to be taken safely and effectively. They'll take the time to counsel you and set your mind at ease concerning your medications. Patterson's has healthcare aids such as walkers, canes, and lift chairs to help you with your daily mobility needs. Putting the care into healthcare is Patterson's Health Mart Pharmacy, with locations in Clay Center, Abilene, and Salina.
47-45. Bulldogs down 2, but they were down 7 with just over 4 minutes to go in this 4th quarter, and now they're right back within 2.
Yeah, 47-45, and they just all of a sudden got on a little bit of a tear, and I think Wetmore has maybe they laid back maybe a little too much and allowed Linn to get back into this, so good job by the Bulldogs.
Osler brings it across. Bulldogs in a 2-3 zone, 47-45. Osler will handle the dribble out top. There is 2:46 left to go in this game, and they want to bring the Bulldogs out into a man-to-man. Let's see if they come pressure or if they pick up man. But Wetmore called that timeout, and now they're just letting Horschler hold it outside. Not sure the Bulldogs wouldn't take their chances to get this down around a minute and then go for it. They might. Now they are matching up, it looks like, and they will go man-to-man here against the Bulldogs. Out top, Henry thought about a 3, doesn't take it. Now Beckman, who has hit 3 threes in the ball game, 2 in this half. Now Morris wide open inside with left hand, misses. Back up and good, and he's fouled and a chance at a 3-point play. Austin Morris actually benefited from missing a wide open lay-in.
Wow,
he missed the first, got the rebound, then he's fouled.
Linn just lost track of him.
Well, they were trying to match up in a man.
Yeah, they were.
Out of the zone, and I think that's when the confusion happened. He does miss on the free throw, so it's a 4-point game. Chad Gross with the rebound. Gross has 16 points, 8 block shots. He's got to be close to double digits in rebounds. Here's McGatlin, takes the 3.
Oh, wow.
Right in the eye, and he is hurt. The official did get the foul call a little bit late, but he saw what happened. It was inadvertent. But Jason McGatlin on the floor right now, poked in the eye. It's just a 15 foul, so no bonus yet.
Yeah, he did. Linn crowd really upset that the official had the foul called pretty quick, right?
We do have let's take an injury timeout. We'll be back with more TVL coverage on KCOY in a moment.
Anywhere people gather are breeding grounds for germs. To demonstrate, my assistant Roscoe is wearing this lovely germ costume.
I look ridiculous!
True, but it's a very effective visual aid. At Central Office Service and Supply, we've got the products you need to keep your office or classroom from turning into a germ factory. Like 2-ply facial tissues in a 30-box carton on sale for $27.79. Or how about hand sanitizer and disinfecting wipes all on sale?
Chew!
See, that's just what we're trying to prevent at Central Office in Clay Center.
49-45 ball game. Bulldogs have it. They trail by 4. Chase McGatlin does come out, and they're trying to wash that eye out. And they got poked inadvertently by a Wetmore defender. So give him a chance to try to get back in the ball game here eventually. But right now the Bulldogs on the floor, trailing by 4. Here's Cooper, free throw line jumper. He has 10. The freshman makes it a 2-point ball game. And now the Linn Bulldogs will take the timeout. We'll keep it right here. Remind you that TVO coverage on KCOY is brought to you by Landau Lanes of Marysville, Walls, True Value, and Lumber of Clay Center, Kramer Oil, by Steve Z's Abilene Car Sales, Propane Central of Randolph, Blue Valley Insurance of Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville, and Alexander Pump and Service of St. Mary. Bulldogs in the timeout, 49-47, and the Linn Bulldogs just keep finding ways to stay alive in here. And how about the bucket by the freshman? We've talked about him quite a bit tonight. Dylan Cooper does it again.
Yeah, I said after a couple of minutes of watching Cooper on the floor, and I honestly don't remember seeing him play Saturday, but after a couple of minutes I really liked him. I really like him now, and I'd really like to have him on my team, but this 6'1" freshman has been a lot of fun to watch for Linn. I don't know if he gets a lot of minutes, but he's gotten a lot of them today, and he's made the most of them.
Averages a couple of points, 3.5 boards, so obviously he's in the regular rotation, but he's been big tonight for the Bulldogs. Then you look at Chase McGatlin with 4 3-pointers. He has 14 points. Of course, Chad Gross, you count on for those points. They could really use on the floor.
Oh, man, yeah.
He fouled out a few minutes ago, and give Linn some credit for hanging in there with him on the sideline.
Yeah, they've really done a good job, I think, and the guys that have come in and picked up the slack, that a lot of that falls on Cooper now to match up with Chad Gross, which I don't think is a bad matchup. I think they do just fine together.
You bet.
But they do miss the big body of Cook under there for sure.
We started to bring McGatlin back in the game, and he did not check in. That right eye is really puffy right now, so he may not be able to see real well after being poked in the eye. Minute 40 left. Bulldogs pressuring. Now they'll drop back. Let's see if they go back to zone or if they match up man. It looks like they are going to stay in a zone defense, 2-3. A minute 30 left. Wetmore a 2-point lead. Horschler just holding it outside. Now goes wing right to Henry. Now back out to Beckman around to the point near the timeline is Horschler again. He's got Chad Gross out on him. Starts to drive to the elbow right. Backs it out and bounce passes it out deep to Beckman. A minute 9 to work. 2-point ball game here. Beckman back to Horschler. Has it poked away by Colt Smith. A reach-in foul is called. That'll put a 1-1 chance at the line for Jeremy Horschler for the Wetmore Cardinals.
Probably not the player you want to send to the line for Wetmore.
Yeah, and they may have to think in the future of this game with a minute 4 left. When he does give it up, that's who you need to go foul.
Right.
He did miss a free throw earlier, so we'll see. But good free throw shooter for his career. Turned into the 1-1 up and good. So he has 15 points now tonight. The 50-47 ball game. Minute 4 to work. Second free throw misses. We've got a 3-point game. Basketball tipped out of bounds off Wetmore, and Linn gets it back down by just 3. A minute 2 to go, Flip. Wetmore will full court pressure. McGatlin, the 3-point arsonist, is back on the floor. Chad Gross brings it to the timeline. Under a minute now to go. And a timeout taken by the Linn Bulldogs. Coach Jeremy Miller up for the timeout. Again, TVL coverage on KCLY is brought to you by Blue Valley Insurance, Linn, Greenleaf, Hanover, and Marysville, Kramer Oil, and Walls True Value and Lumber of Clay Center. Also by Landau Lanes of Marysville, Propane Central of Randolph, Steve Z's Abilene Car Sales, and Alexander Pump and Service of St. Mary's. And what a matchup we've had for the opener here on a Thursday.
Yeah, this has been a good one. It's even lived up beyond what I thought would happen. I thought it would be a fairly decent game, but Linn has showed me a lot tonight. They've come out pretty strong. Again, I thought they looked pretty good against Onaga.
Right.
Wetmore's shown me quite a bit, too. They've looked as good tonight as they have so far.
Bulldogs giving themselves a chance now. With 56.9 to work in the game, they have the ball back. The one missed free throw, huge. They're from Horschler because it's now a 3.1 possession game. You don't have to have the 3.
McGatlin back in the game,
right? But if you do get a look and it's open, you can take it. Otherwise, go to the rack. From the sideline, Colton Smith goes left wing to McGatlin. Gross trying to post. McGatlin takes it strong. He's fouled. A chance at a 3-point play for the sophomore guard. Chase McGatlin drives it. The defense of Wetmore so concentrated around Chad Gross that it allowed McGatlin to get there and a chance at a 3-point play.
So you don't have to go for the 3. You can go for the deuce and 1 if you want to.
It's even better to tie it. McGatlin does it. It's a 50-50 ball game. There is 50 seconds left to work. Horschler will bring it up the floor for Wetmore. Now the Bulldogs back at a 2-3, and Wetmore cannot just hang on to it. They will try to find a shot. Bulldogs in a 2-3 zone defense. McGatlin, a huge drive, bumped and made it, and then gets the free throw to tie it. There is now 30 seconds left in this game in regulation, that is. Tied at 50. And Wetmore may look for a final shot. Nice. Bolton Smith out pressuring. Now he goes across to Beckman. Now to Hoschler with 15. And they have taken 30 seconds, now 40 seconds off the clock, and a timeout to draw up one final play here in regulation for the Wetmore Cardinals. Tied at 50. Stay with us. Continued coverage on TVL basketball is on the way.
Let's face it, you need to keep working even when the temperatures keep dropping. That's why you should switch to Cenex Winterized Premium Diesel Fuels. They contain an advanced performance additive package that gives you serious weather protection while optimizing power and fuel economy. Choose from extreme to moderate climate coverage, all designed to keep your equipment and vehicles running their best during cold weather. Get serious winter protection. Ask for Cenex Winterized Premium Diesel Fuels at Farmway Co-op. Cenex is a brand of CHS. For 4 generations, the First National Bank in Frankfort has been serving their customers with a full line of banking services. They've seen a lot of changes in the banking industry. They continually update their services to give their customers all the advantages of today's technology while providing personal service. Working for a stronger community and proud to support all the athletes, students, teachers, and advisors. The First National Bank in Frankfort. Member FDIC.
Ball game tied at 50 after a Chase McGatlin hoop and harm 3-point play. Now Wetmore's taken almost 40 seconds off the clock. They have it with 10 to go. Off the sideline timeout. Hoschler right side. They want a final shot with 4, with 3. He drives baseline, shake and bake underneath the basket. Will they even get a shot away? They don't! And we're going to overtime. The Linn Bulldogs tied enough defense that Wetmore never even got a shot away. And Flip, look at a little overtime session.
That was impressive defense by Linn. They didn't allow Hoschler to breathe. He ended up giving it up. They didn't get a shot away. They'll play 4 more minutes here. Flip, I'm going to let you finish this basketball game.
All right.
I've got to head to the other gym for a consolation semifinal.
Sounds good.
Take this thing home. We'll take a timeout. Overtime on the way next.
Wanklin Oil is proud to serve the community with propane, gas, diesel fuel, and oil right to your home or farm. Family owned and operated, they'll deliver your fuel and oil with an old-fashioned personal touch. Their dependable quality service at the lowest price available makes them the leader in the field. In addition to propane and diesel, they also offer tank repair, sales, and service. For your oil, fuel, and heating needs, Wanklin Oil is just a call away. 800-794-2019. They have the energy since 1926.
Central Valley Ag can help you maximize your farming return. Ag Information Manager Trevor Smith recommends variable rate seeding.
It's going to save you time. It's going to save you money.
Your custom prescription begins with a soil test. Then,
we work with our seed department to come up with a planting prescription that everybody can agree on.
Talk to your CVA field sales agronomist now about variable rate seeding.
Central Valley Ag, where the customer comes first.
Overtime, 50-50, Linn and Wetmore. Linn controls the jump. They will have possession. Cooper at the free throw stripe. He'll take a shot off glass. Won't go. Battle for he gets a rebound. Still loose. Holzer comes up with it, and Holzer carried the basketball. So a turnover back to Linn. Good job by Dylan Cooper in the lane, trying to follow his shot, and he had it. And then falling down, he had to get rid of it. So back to Linn. Colton Smith to inbound. Gets it into Bott. Now hands it back to Smith. Gatlin now on the left wing, guarded by Holzer. Back to Bott at the point. Man-to-man defense from Wetmore. Gatlin back to the point. Right wing Smith. Looking inside. Cooper and Chad Gross trying to get position on the post. There's not much there. Wetmore doing a pretty good job with him. Now Gross will come out. He'll take it at the point. Just a minute into overtime. 3 minutes left. 50-50 tie. Now McGatlin drives left side of the lane. He'll take a 20-footer, and yes. And Chase McGatlin hits for a couple of more. And Linn takes the lead, 52-50. Holster now at the point. Thought about three. He'll go left side to Hodge for three. Won't go. Rebound on the backside is Dalton Beckman. Nobody there for Linn. There's a free right wing. Holster, it hits the support. No call, and that's going to be out of bounds. They'll say off Chad Gross. And a couple of things there. I'm not sure that was off Gross, but it hit the support on that shot. Should have been out of bounds to Linn right there. Instead, it'll stay with Wetmore. Holster now at the point, 52-50, Linn lead. Long three from Beckman, and a huge rebound on the miss by Chad Gross. Linn basketball, 2-point lead, 2:20 left in overtime. And now Coach Jeremy Miller wants a timeout. 2:17 left in overtime. Linn leads, 52-50 when we come back.
Your chance to stock up on featured grocery items are in the Wow Bins at Ray's Apple Market, and they're spread out throughout the store to catch your attention wherever you are. From dry soup mixes and sports drinks to snack items and canned goods, you'll find great savings in the Wow Bins. Stock the pantry with the variety of grocery items you'll want to have on hand. Ray's Apple Market continues to help you stretch your budget and save you money. Ray's Apple Market, your town, your store.
The Northeast Kansas First Trials are in, and the Oldie Seed 2414 corn hybrid takes first place with an impressive 208.6 bushel performance, outperforming 35 other hybrids in 4 locations. And if you're concerned about managing risk this season, ask about our new Drought Guard hybrids that are delivering record yields. Contact Oldie Seed today at 877-692-4555. That's 877-692-4555.
2:17 left in overtime. 52-50, Linn with the lead and the basketball. Phil Kasper along with our studio engineer Cody Siebold. Rocky Downing is headed to the other gym. We'll get underway with Consolation round there. We'll check in with Rocky here pretty soon. Inbounds from Smith to Gross. Gross guarded by Henry at the point. He'll go right wing to Cooper. Get past left to Smith. Back to Evan Bott on the right. He'll dribble left at the free throw stripe. Now kick it out to McGatlin. Left baseline to Smith. Back to Bott. Linn working the basketball, working a little time. There's Cooper. Left wing gets it knocked away, and Wetmore comes up with it. Other end we go. It's Lane Hodge. He's going to take it all the way. Ball partially blocked by guess who? Chad Gross. Wetmore will retain control. Holster has it at the point. 2-point Linn lead. 52-50. Newt Smith lobs it underneath to Henry, and a foul's going to be called. And that's going to be on Dylan Cooper. And that's his fourth. So that's going to send Andy Henry to the line, shooting the one-on-one. Minute 28 left in overtime. First free throw up and won't go, and a huge rebound by Chad Gross. Gross has been big in this game. McGatlin brings it down to Gross to Smith. Smith at the point. Back to Gross. Little weave being run by Linn now, just working that clock. Down under a minute. Man-to-man defense from Wetmore. Smith to Gross. Smith, Gross, and McGatlin out top and just weaving right now. And now a foul is going to be called on Holster at 50 seconds. If they're going to take their chances with Chase McGatlin. So they'll send McGatlin to the line, shooting one-on-one. And McGatlin still, you can see him rubbing on that eye. Free throw from McGatlin, up and down. Chase McGatlin gives Linn a 3-point lead. And he'll have one more left. Second one up, and good. Chase McGatlin hits both, and it's a 54-50 Linn lead. Quickly down. Holster, left wing. Smith, back to Holster. Pulls his way in the lane, loses the basketball. And they'll say off Linn. A lot of contact. Holster leading with that forearm, but no call. Out of bounds to Wetmore with 40 seconds. Cardinals inbound to Holster on the baseline. Kicks it back out. Newt Smith, right wing three. No. Rebound spot for. Wetmore comes up with it. That's Henry. Backs out over the three-point stripe. Puts one up. Won't go. Newt Smith gets the rebound. Back to Holster with 26. Drives the lane.